Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you want to go deeper, make sure to check out bitlabacademy.com. I'm rocking my Pluto is a Planet shirt today from Pluto Alliance. I mentioned it on Around the Blockchain. Went to an 80s themed surprise birthday party tonight. And of course, I wore my Pluto is a Planet shirt because back in the 80s, Pluto was a planet. Real quick, guys, let's just touch on the market. Then we're going to talk about the top 3 smart contract platforms for 2022. Guys, Bitcoin, so meh. $45,774. I'll be honest with you, I won't be shocked in the morning if we're at 42. I also won't be shocked if we're at 49. I mean, at this point, it's anybody's guess. People are trying to predict where Bitcoin's going in the short term. No one has been successful at it yet. So, is what it is. YFI continuing to move. It's up 28%. Compound up. Aave up. So a lot of DeFi projects up today. Now, there's some news stories we could cover. We have, let's see, nothing really sexy on Cointelegraph. But this was an interesting story by our friend Kate Irwin from Decrypt. Stalker 2 game cancels NFT plans after backlash. Why are these gamers so hateful towards NFTs? Sound like a bunch of losers to me, if you ask my opinion. A bunch of poor losers, obviously. What I want to talk about, though, is Altcoin Roundup. These are 3 smart contract platforms that could see deeper adoption in 2022. So these are very interesting. We look at Solana, we look at Avalanche, we look at a lot of projects. They've already got the adoption pretty much. I mean, it's not mainstream, but these are all serious competitors to Ethereum, Cardano, obviously, in that list. So let's check out the 3 smart contract platforms for 2022 that Cointelegraph may or may not be telling a lie about. First, we've got Algorand. Now, I love Algorand. It's one of our bigger bags, but a project we don't talk about a lot. I kind of put HBAR in the same category as Algorand, which is these are big projects that are lacking adoption, but are making moves behind the scenes to head towards adoption. I think that's really interesting when you think about Algorand. Institutional investors are coming into Algorand, which is also very interesting. Borderless Capital put a launch of a $500 million algo fund that's on November 30th. So what do we see? When we see a lot of capital pumped into these projects, we see those projects go up and go parabolic. You guys love that. Next on the list, number 2, we have Tezos. Now, Tezos is a serial underachiever in this bull market. It is really not hit the stride a lot of people thought it would. Now, when you look at some projects that are a little bit newer, and I don't mean brand new, but you look at Avalanche, you look at Solana. Solana a little bit older than Avalanche, good bit older. But you look at Solana, you look at Avalanche, you look at Cosmos even. Tezos is another one of these projects that has been around for a while, but it hasn't had the same level of adoption that many of these other projects have. Now, we do know that Tezos is very environmentally friendly, which could come into play down the road. Rarible.com, which, we're not big fans of Rarible, but hey, it is what it is. The Tezos blockchain is now going to be live on Rarible for NFTs. And why is that big? It's because Tezos is an environmentally friendly platform, and you can make fun of the environmentally friendly, obsessed crowd, like our pigtailed friend Theta Thunberg. Is that what they call her? That is someone who lobbies for climate change agreements on the Theta blockchain, I guess. I don't know. But Greta Thunberg, or Thunberg, however you say her name, it's people that are obsessed with climate change, and that's all they care about. To them, this is a big deal. We actually talked to a big athlete in his camp over the summer about doing some NFTs for them, and they were really concerned about the appearance of making sure that they did a blockchain that was environmentally friendly, and guess what was right at the top of their list? That would have been Tezos. So this is one that's got a lot of interesting news. Ubisoft just announced their Quartz platform was going to be using the Tezos blockchain. And the players of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, talking about the NFTs in gaming, will be able to buy and trade specific NFTs in that marketplace. Third, this is one of my favorites, one of our biggest bags, a project we love, we've been telling you about for a long time, Elrond. Elrond is one to continue to watch. According to Cointelleye, it's a blockchain platform for distributed apps and enterprise-level businesses that has the goal of becoming the technology ecosystem for the new internet or the decentralized internet. One of the fastest around with up to 15,000 transactions per second. They just had a 1.29 billion liquidity of incentive program that was based on the MILLIONAIRE DEX that just came out. Eagle was on the rise, and of course, unfortunately, due to the market crash, it's been hurt just like everything else has been. But Elrond definitely one to pay attention to. There has not been I want you guys to hear me on this. There hasn't been a single niche in crypto that has produced more long-term winners than the smart contract space. If you don't have big investments or big percentages of your portfolio in the smart contract space, then you are doing it wrong. You look at all of our top projects. Bitcoin obviously is Bitcoin. Outside of that, Ethereum, Solana, Binance Coin, which related to BSC, Polkadot, XRP, of course, has the XRP ledger, and I'm missing a big one, Cardano. These are all some of our biggest projects that we own, smart contract space. This is the new revolution of the internet. It is coming. So I want to know, what are your top 3 smart contract platforms for 2022? Drop those down below in the comments. So I got. Be blessed. Way out.